Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining this webinar, and I want to thank Raagalaya School of Music for inviting me to make this presentation, to Miss Aruna Tampi, PhD, and to all the staff of the school. So today's presentation is about vocal technique that can help us sing easier and can solve a lot of problems, a lot of troubles that we can encounter in our professional singing life. Um, I am Cleopatra David. I met Miss Aruna Tampi in India 10 years ago, 11 years ago actually. And I also studied Carnatic music. But my main profession is classical singer, opera classical singer, European classical singer. And opera singing requires the biggest amount of vocal technique possible and the most crazy tricks in order to preserve the health and the voice, because it is extremely difficult. And why is that? Well, first of all, we have to sing louder than an orchestra. We don't use microphones. It is a technique that is evolving since many centuries. I think from the 15th century, it's developing and requires more and more tricks and bigger voices, because the orchestras are bigger and the music is more and more complicated. But what I'm teaching you today is not applying only for opera singers. It applies to any kind of singing. It is even if it is Indian, it is European, Byzantine, folk music. It doesn't matter. Pop singing, rock singing. Of course, everything sounds differently, but the tricks and the way our body function is similar. So I will start with a few diagrams before we go to the practical part. A few diagrams which show a little bit of how things work. So here is a description of our head and throat inside us. So this is the mouth, what we have in the mouth, the tongue, the nasal orifice, nasal cavity, the teeth, the hard palate, the soft palate here, the larynx, epiglottis, vocal cords, and everything. And very important, in our head we have the sinuses. Here are the names. It doesn't matter if you retain the name or not. And why do we need to know all this? Because we are going to use everything that is in this diagram for singing. In which way? Actually, I'm starting now with the last part of what I should teach you. It's about resonance. As I told you, in opera singing we don't use microphones, and you will notice that there are singers who sing louder and singers that don't sing that loud. And what is the secret? Do they make more effort, those who sing loud, or is there any special trick? Yes, there is a trick, and this is using our body as a loudspeaker. And the loudspeakers are these sinuses, which are here, here, here. Everything, our head, our bones in our head are our loudspeakers, and we are going to project the sound here to make it resonate, and the sound will be louder. And while we do that, we will try to do as less effort as possible. Another diagram is this one, and here what it shows? It shows the way the sounds resonate in our body. So the lower sounds resonate in the chest, and this is why it is called chest voice. And the other sounds resonate in the sinuses, and this is why we call this head voice. In reality, we have to make them resonate all in a similar manner. What people call chest voice and head voice, actually it is the manner of attack of the sounds. So when they kind of shout, they call that chest voice, and when they use the easiest way possible and the feminine technique, they call that head voice. But if we talk about technique and real chest and head voice, actually everything is some kind of mixed, and it is only the way we project everything in our body. And the most difficult thing, it is the way to use breathing. I know that in Carnatic music. One moment, let's see if I mute someone. Okay. So the most difficult thing about this singing technique is learning how to breathe. Because when we sing Indian music, we sit down, yes, in maybe lotus position, not really lotus position. In Europe we call that Turkish position, because it's oriental. We sit on the floor, right, on the ground. And in this way it might help, but it might help us to feel a few things and to sing, but in another way we have to learn what to feel and what to control. And for the beginning, sorry, in my head there are coming also some German sounds, because in the last week I had to speak German and English in the same time. So first we need to control our breath, and I will show you some exercises, but we need to stand up for this. So I will stand up. I was using a chair until now, and I will show you what I do when I breathe, when I take air for singing. So first of all, most of the ladies breathe here, which is terrible, because first of all you will never have enough air to sing, and second, might also create some health problems. We need to use our full capacity, and this remember this, that the breathing exercises, I think most of you or some of you are practicing yoga exercises where you use breathing techniques, and please remember all this. Remember all the exercises you do in yoga classes, which, by the way, will help you a lot in case of God forbid, if someone gets coronavirus and you will get sick. When you will recover, please use the yoga exercises to get better, to recreate your breathing capacity. So I will stop the screen sharing. Okay. So we take the air in the area of the ribs, between the thoracic capacity and the abdomen. Actually, you can't take air in the abdomen because the lungs stop here. So if we want to make complete breathing, of course we breathe until we feel everything also in the back. But for singing we will not need that much. For singing even long phrases, we actually need to take small breath, but in the right position, in the right place. So here is no air, a little bit here. Now while I will sing, I will keep my ribs dilated, and in the same time I will use my abdominal muscles, especially the lower part, to control the sound, to control the air, which, by the way, doesn't have to be a strong one. So it is like having a feather, of a bird, and blowing air and keeping that feather floating. Your sound has to float. So in order to float, of course, you don't push the air because the feather will fly away and you will lose it. You need to keep everything in balance and constant. So we can do a simple exercise. What do you need to feel? We need to feel the lower part of the abdomen. The ribs continue to be dilated. It is not a natural way to do this, but with this lower part of the abdomen, we push a little bit down. We don't push up the air, we push down. In this way, we will have air for a long time. But actually, we don't need, two mistakes are done in singing, and some, unfortunately, are taught by teachers who don't really know what they do, like taking a lot of air and pushing a lot, or keeping that exercise or the sound for a very long time. We don't need, these three are mistakes. So not a lot of air, not pushing, and not a lot of time. Whatever has to be, it has to be in balance, and everything has to create a relaxation in our throat. If we push and create tension here. If we keep the sound longer than needed, also we will need oxygen for our brain, so we will start to suffocate. So it doesn't help us much. It doesn't help us at all, actually. So the exercise is like this. And how do we use this in Carnatic music? Of course, in Carnatic music you will have to sit down, but while you sit down, you sit up straight, tall, with your spine tall, like this, and you feel very well your body, and you push inside the floor with your breathing, with your muscles. Another thing, this is the warming up for the breathing. You don't have to do it every time, but you know to memorize the sensation. And for this, your first lessons will have to contain this breathing exercise until it becomes automatical. I don't do them anymore. Then what is warming up the voice? You have to find the most easy way, the most easy sound you can sing. So for me is D. I have to put sound in this. Come on, work. So I use this keyboard, which is a free application from Google Play. Or who has harmonium or piano, you can use whatever you have. So I use the sa ta. So normally I do all my exercising starting from this sound because it's the easiest sound for me. But you have to find your own sound. I understand that in Carnatic music, the sa is in A or A flat. Well, of course, maybe you should start the exercises with that sound, with a very, very soft voice. Then.
Which pitch, excuse me, ma'am, which pitch is that? So that I can...
For me, it's D. Or when I'm very tired or didn't sleep too much, I take C. But in Carnatic music,
Okay.
A, as much as I know.
It's A.
Yes.
A, yes. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So if you need to start warming your voice from that sound, it has to be with a very soft voice. Never push, never do any effort. And then how we create loud sounds? Well, first of all, using the breathing that I showed you, and then warming the voice little by little, not from the first sound. After 3-4 exercises, the voice will start to be louder. But how? I will go to the screen sharing again, and we have this. We have this one. We have to use our imagination, and we have to put the sound behind the nose, in the mouth, behind the nose, on the hard palate. Somewhere here or here. Some teachers recommend putting the sound even in the teeth. I don't recommend that. I believe you lose a lot of color, you lose a lot of possibilities that you can develop putting the sound a little bit behind, a little bit more in the back, but not too much in the back, not in the soft palate, no way. In the hard palate, somewhere behind the nose. So we actually have to feel that sound, and the sensation is not a strong one, so you have to be very, very careful. We can help ourselves with the nasal resonance, but don't exaggerate, because also you will lose a lot using that or only that. So I will show you a few exercises that I do when I warm up my voice. First is humming, and I go semitone by semitone. D sharp, E, and what do I feel? I feel already vibrations here. If I feel the vibrations here, then okay, I know everything is okay. If I don't feel the vibrations there, then it means it's very early and I need to make the sound very, very soft until, and make more exercises until the sound goes naturally here. But we use our imagination and put the sound behind the nose, in the mouth, like that. And I go like this, semitone by semitone, until D or maybe only C. It depends how I feel. All the time we control how we feel with the larynx. If there's any tension, then we stop, take a break, start again. The second exercise is using vowels. Any vowel that can help you. For me it's E, sometimes U. In Romanian we have lots of vowels. And in Hindi and Marathi and whatever languages you have more vowels than we have. We only have 7 or 8 vowels, and you have about 16 or more. I'm not sure. I heard it's 16 vowels in Sanskrit language anyway. Then every exercise, it's more and more complicated. You can also use A, or U or O, whatever you feel comfortable, whatever keeps your larynx relaxed and puts your voice in the right place. And it might not be the same vowel every day. Sometimes I feel good with U, sometimes with A, sometimes with U. So you have to control all the time and to learn to feel your voice. Not to listen necessarily, because when you listen, you don't listen what it is outside. You don't hear what other people hear. You hear with your medium ear. And it might not be even the same pitch. It is that bad. When you sing louder, you hear with the medium ear, and it can lead you to confusion. You will try to create a certain sound, and outside people hear something else. So it is better to create healthy sensation and to guide yourself after sensation, not after you hear. Also, the whole might confuse you, because once you practice at home, next day maybe you practice at school or in a temple or in the teacher's school, and the sound is different. Next exercise. Now, in order to get more support, and to get more support from this part, which in the singing vowels and vocalizes might not happen, we can try using words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this way, we see that our muscles engage more. After we do this, we try with vowels again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Me. And of course, we go. Controlling what we hear, what we feel. So what should we be very careful about? First, that we feel relaxed. Second, that there is no air near the sound. If we sing, the sound must be very concentrated. We must imagine like it is a needle going inside our palate. So we imagine our sound is a needle. In this way, the sound will be penetrating, and we will not need to sound loud to get better results. And no air, because if it sounds like that will create disease. That means the vocal cords are not united, because when you sing they have to be sticked together. That means they go like this. So the air goes through this. And in this way you get dysphonia, which is a disease, and everything gets worse and worse and worse. And one day you might even lose your voice. Not very, if it happens once doesn't mean you lose your voice forever. So don't get scared if you get troubles once. It might happen to anyone. There are solutions, but I'm not sure that the doctors in those areas are used with singers to treating singers. So this free meeting will end in 10 minutes. Okay, we have 10 minutes to I have 10 minutes to finish my presentation. So also not pushing, not singing loud. As you heard me singing, I don't know if it seemed loud to you, or the microphone was distorting, or what, how you hear it. It is different from the sensation you have with me in the same room. But I don't do effort. For me, it's like whispering. Only because of the technique, it sounds bigger and bigger. Next exercise. All the exercises have to go from little to big. So the first exercise can be even one sound. Sa or ta, e. Second. E. And we take care that the sound is all the time in the same place, and all the time the sensation is the same, if it is the correct one. Second. It's not the second, is the third. The next one can be a fourth. We use also words. La manolia. Or you can jump over this and do directly arpeggio. Bri, 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 bri. 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 Well, now what happens when you go up? In this area, from C to E, is the passaggio for ladies. For boys is different. Every voice has different passaggio. What is the passaggio? Is a place where the voice doesn't work like we want. It's not so easy to sing in that part. And some people call that from that moment either they can't sing, or either they have to use the head voice. There are different techniques for men and for women. There are different types of voices. So what do we do here? We have also tricks. We have to create space behind the mouth. And how do we do that? Because the larynx will naturally want to strangle, like this, and to go up, which doesn't help us. So we have to keep it down, but not by force, but by creating a yawning sensation. A yawning sensation, and we can use other tricks like lifting the soft palate, and we lift the soft palate by smiling. So when you feel difficult to sing something, there are a few things that you can use. Of course, you have to warm up your voice first of all. Check your breathing if it is correct. Check the position of the sound. Smile. Lift the soft palate. It is not a beautiful smile, but it helps. Yawn. So if you and also open the mouth bigger, wider. In the medium register, you need to open not very much, but in the lower one, maybe you need more in order to reduce the pressure on the larynx, and also in the upper register, open the mouth. And there are more exercises to show, more things to learn.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I think we can wind up the first session because I just want to clarify with students that what ma'am had told you right now about the notations, like that is just exactly the Carnatic notes. The way ma'am is singing is important. So make sure you notice that. I hope students will understand because the notes and all, because whatever you're doing, it's exactly the same, ma'am, but we don't know how to render it in an easy way. So I think this was really helpful. We have recorded, and I think we can wind up the first session, ma'am. And interactive session we will start after having a small pause. Okay, ma'am. I hope anything more you want to discuss, you can discuss, ma'am.
Okay, so we
I
are
think this
doing,
is in.
yeah, we are doing now the break, and after the
Yeah.
break, I answer to the questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That would be great. Yeah, because students are waiting with questions.
Okay,
They have
great.
so many doubts.
Good.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. We'll call you again, ma'am. In
Okay.
5 minutes probably. You
Five
can also
minutes.
take a rest.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
I think we can start with actually wait the Singapore students have left because it's very late, but they have requested for a recording, and the questions also they have messaged me.
Okay, good.
So I think that we can discuss at the end the questions
Yeah.
because it's 11 o'clock there in Singapore. So we will start with Indian students. So I think we have an introduction also for the interactive section. Isn't it, Rukma?
Yes,
We
I'll
have an
start.
introduction.
Yes. Namaste, everybody.
Suzanne has joined.
I think Susan is yet to join.
Suzanne, are you there?
Ma'am, shall I start?
Yes, please start. Please start. Rukma, please start. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Namaste, everybody. It was indeed a very informative session. Now, next is the interactive session, and I request all of you to make good use of it. And now I call upon Suzanne to give a brief introduction about Raagalaya School of Music.
Namaste. I warmly welcome all of you to today's webinar, which is organized by Raagalaya School of Music. And we are extremely honored to have Dr. Cleopatra David with us to guide us on healthy vocal practices and vocal techniques. I especially thank Dr. Aruna Tambe for giving us this opportunity today. Raagalaya School of Music aims at developing interest of music in students and imparting training with a proper route. The guidance is given in a theoretical as well as practical aspects of music, which helps students understand the base of Carnatic music in an easily consumable manner. I hope you all found this webinar extremely helpful and will use it in your day-to-day vocal training. Thank you so much.
So now we have the discussion panel, I think.
Thank
Or
yes. Thank you, Suzanne, for that introduction. And yeah, I will call upon the name Parth. Parth, he's from India. He's a medical student, and I think has he joined?
I
Parth,
don't see him.
hello,
No, not yet.
Parth, are you here?
No, he hasn't joined.
He hasn't joined. Okay.
Partha,
I think Parth. Okay. Next name is Shri Uttara. Shri Uttara. Shri Uttara, you can ask a question. Shri Uttara.
I don't see her or him either.
Okay, then we will start with those who are available. Suzanne, we'll start with you,
Yes, okay. Thank you.
please.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Suzanne James. I'm from Kerala. And I would like to ask a question about stage performance. When we perform live on stage, especially me, I naturally have a lot of vibrato in my voice. And I don't know, I think maybe it's because I'm nervous when I perform on stage, it just like goes out of the place. I keep on shivering. My voice keeps shivering and I lose breath. So can you give me some advice on how to improve that?
If it is because if you're because you're nervous, that means you have too much adrenaline in your blood. So eat sugar before you go on the stage. And before you go to a big performance, try to have a few small ones to get used with the stage. When I was younger, I had a break as a soloist. I was performing, but in a choir, and I started my PhD, and I didn't have time. I was a musicologist, a PhD in musicology, so I didn't have time to arrange solo performances. So I had 2 years break of concerts, and when I came back, it was horrible. So it took me another 2 years to put myself together. So I had concerts with 5 people in audience, didn't bother me, with 4 people, with 6 people, until I put myself together to perform again. So the secret is perform as often as you can, eat some sugar, and for shivering the voice, well, vibrato is something and shivering is something else. Vibrato is natural. If you heard me singing earlier, I have vibrato, but it is because my throat is completely relaxed. Well, I understand that in Indian music, vibrato is not so desirable because it is considered already an ornament. So you have to control that. But if it is because you're nervous, meditate, eat sugar before the performance. Don't eat food before. Have your because you will be bloated. That's the name. So your stomach has to be not completely empty, but empty enough not to be able to control your muscles. And you can eat after the concert because you will be hungry anyway. Um, I hope it helped.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And for keeping your voice straight, just concentrate, make exercises like on a single sound like but try not to strangle the sound and not to push it to get this.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. Another question?
Yeah, a second question, I think we have. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, okay. The second question is from Radhika and Dheeraj. We are not going according to the country. I'm just calling out the random names because I can see them. So, Radhika, hello.
Hello, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Yeah, Cleopatra. Yeah, Radhika is also learning from me. Her son Dheeraj. Both of them are learning from me.
Namaste,
Okay.
ma'am.
Namaste.
Namaste. Ma'am, I want to know about for my son. He's the age of changing voice now, and suddenly he's not able to reach higher portions when he sings. Not able to sing higher portions. He's not getting.
Well,
So what?
normally in the time in our culture, in the Western culture, when the boys are changing the voice, they are not singing at all. But don't force anything. Just have patience until his voice will establish. So he can sing whatever he feels comfortable. I had once a student who was 13 years old. He was changing the voice while he was working with me. And by the time we finished the class, it was a school where the class was 3 years. By the time he finished the school, then he should have started with me opera singing, but he was very anxious to learn. And now he's a professional singing. He's singing folk music. With me he learned classical opera. So just have patience. Don't force anything. Sing whatever he can do without any effort. If you are a student, you learn as much as possible for yourself, and when he will be older, his voice will go better. But don't force anything on him. In this time, just it is better to sing without effort.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Dheeraj, anything you want to ask, ma'am, regarding your singing? Okay.
Ma'am, when I am singing from the from the beginning to the last, I am not able to get at the highest portion. But when I am singing at the particular portion at many at that other time, I am able to sing it.
So when you are not able to sing the higher notes,
From when I am starting from the beginning to the last.
and when are you able to sing the higher notes?
When
The particular portion is he separately the particular portion singing. That time he is getting. When
And
he is from the song from the starting to end, that time he is not
getting
getting.
the first part.
yeah,
Sorry.
well, it's normal. Well, first of all, the voice range will increase if you do these warming exercises. So it is best to warm up your voice a little bit before starting, and not start with high notes anyway. If your voice is cold, it's you just woke up or you didn't sing anything in that day, it's normal not to be able to sing high notes. And probably when you exercise only that part, or your voice is already warmed up for previous singing, so maybe you are able. But what I suggest is first warm up your voice, then rehearse that fragment that you can do, but don't. In opera singing we have lots of high notes. extremely high. If I show you now, I think the microphone will collapse. We never start with those. Any aria is starting with a medium range, and the music is conducting us, and the high notes are somewhere in the end, or at least at the end of a phrase. So don't start with very high notes from the beginning. Warm up your voice very well. Rehearse that difficult part that is not working well, then rehearse with the phrase before, with the phrase after, and only that after that sing the whole song.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, basically he should not strain.
Yes, basically he should not strain.
He should
right,
not
ma'am?
strain his voice.
He should not strain his voice.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am?
Shri Utra.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
no.
basically Dheeraj should not
should not
strain his voice.
strain
That's
his
what
voice.
you
That's
meant,
what
no,
you
ma'am?
meant, no, ma'am?
Well, of course,
A
not.
particular portion he has to work on.
I think you are using 2 accounts.
Yes, I'm using 2 accounts, yeah.
using 2 accounts,
Because
yeah.
my laptop, I am taking the questions from students through
Okay.
laptop, and I'm using phone.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I move on to the next question. I think Parth is here.
Yeah.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Yeah, Parth,
Firstly, thank
can
you.
we see us? Can we see
Can you
you?
see me, ma'am? I think I'm
Yeah,
on.
now we can. Yes.
Firstly, thanks a
Okay.
lot, ma'am, for the first session. I really enjoyed it, and thank you so much. I have a few questions, ma'am, regarding strengthening your bass voice. For example, for me, I usually sing in a higher pitch compared to the other singers of my age when you compare the voice. So for me, if I choose a pitch of maybe D or D sharp, that's the general scale that I choose. I find it difficult.
Just how low? Can you show me?
I can usually go to F sharp, ma'am. If that's the most I can go.
This is D. This is D straight D.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the first note that I actually begin with. If in Carnatic music, for example. So this is the sa that I take usually when I practice.
Well, it's pretty normal because maybe it's not usual for Carnatic style, and maybe I think this tradition of using only A or only A flat for starting for a sa in Carnatic music has more to do with the instruments used there, because they have a certain tuning, and you can't just jump from one sa to another sa because the instrument can't follow you. I believe is that. Maybe I'm wrong. Dr. Aruna Tampi can answer this question better than me. In Hindustani music, there are lots of men who start from D. So maybe you are a tenor voice. But if you want lower, actually strengthening low voice, I have an unusual low register. I'm a soprano. So this is my starting point as warming up my voice, this D. And this is nothing from what I can do above. But look at the lower register. This is not usual for a soprano. So I didn't develop this. It is natural, but I don't use it. We have to see what it is to do about this. But if your voice is a tenor, tenors usually don't have a low register. Sorry, because you know the length of the voice and the lowest sounds are given by the length of the vocal cords. And if your vocal cord is longer, then your voice can get lower. But if your vocal cords are shorter, then you will only get higher and higher and higher, but lower it's impossible because that's the limit of your vocal cords.
Yeah, okay.
However, I think maybe a few semitones we can try. First of all, when you warm up your voice, don't warm up the low register. And normally, when you start singing, of course, your voice will get higher and higher and higher while it will warm up, and you will lose the color from the low register. But you can try to sing soft, very soft and very relaxed, because this is how I get these sounds. These sounds are not considered in my European classical music. What I showed you now. Nobody will take me seriously if I come with these sounds, lower sounds. But for pop music, for other genre, maybe it will work. So try soft. Ah, 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 ah. Don't put any pressure. Open the mouth wide and try like to inhalate when we breathe. This is for everyone. When we take a short breaths, we use breathe on the mouth, not on the nose, or not only on the nose. Oh, because it helps keeping our throat open. Okay, everyone, this is what we do. I don't know if it is usual for you, but we breathe on the mouth. So try to breathe on the mouth, oh, and sing soft. See what happens.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, yeah. I had a couple of questions more, ma'am.
Yeah.
If you're fine with it, can I proceed?
Yeah.
Ma'am, what I find difficult is usually maybe not very much in Carnatic music, but if I sing maybe pop or mainstream music, for me transitioning from my head voice to my chest voice.
I have a question for you. Why do you use your head voice? You are a man.
Yeah, but at certain, for example, in certain film songs that we usually sing, ma'am, certain portions have to be soft without much vibration. So I feel that you have to use your head voice to, make it for a certain texture.
Yeah, normally I don't recommend using head voice for men, but
Okay.
and pop music, in pop music, usually you should have the freedom to do whatever you want, and not imitate that singer, the other singer, because this is the tendency to you sing covers, right? You don't sing, you don't make your own songs, so you imitate. Oh, that singer was doing that, that singer was doing that, but yes, there is a solution for that. Start with the when you use your chest voice, so-called chest voice, your masculine technique. Don't push the sound. Sing softly because you're using microphone anyway. So sing softly, and when you will go to the higher register, the difference will not be so sudden. Also, in the passaggio part, yawn. Yeah, create space behind your throat. But normally I don't recommend head voice. Yeah, some in extreme cases. Anyway, when you warm up your voice, never ever use head voice as a man. Head voice is for ladies.
Okay.
Okay.
And on final, if it's fine with you, again, finding a balance between the nasal and the chest voice again. Certain times what I feel is whenever I sing, it's sounding very nasal, and through a recording, it's not sounding very pleasant. So, how do I find?
Can you sing nasal so I can see what is about?
Yes, ma'am, I should. This is more of a nasal sound. I mean, I'm making a more of a nasal.
It's throat with head voice, actually. Nasal is that's nasal. We use the nose. We use the nose, but we use it combined. So, for which for what type of music do you use that sound? For Indian or pop music?
In Indian, ma'am. I'm mainly Indian. So yeah, for me, I feel certain notes, right? It's easier for me to sing rather than my chest voice. As in, to project my voice mainly to the nasal end. To it sounds easier and at times pleasant, but I'm not finding a perfect balance between both. So, are
Yeah.
there any exercises to make sure that you get it right?
Yeah, yes. Well, first of all, in my opinion, and what we do in European style, we use the nose all the time. Only nobody knows that. We combine the nose with chest voice. So in my lower register, actually, I'm using everything. Do you hear this? This is a nose voice,
No, not actually.
but
I feel
actually it is a lot. I put
okay.
the sound behind my nose and a little bit in the nose. So you can control how much you put in the nose, how much you don't put in the nose. Play with that. You should play and record yourself and put the sound, but not all the sound in the nose. Some of it in the nose, some of it outside the nose. And if you can make these resonate, vibrate, and the best are these. If you get these, then you're a genius. Yeah? And when it becomes difficult, I suggest that don't jump to the nose immediately to the nasal sound. But first, play a little bit with this resonance technique. Don't jump immediately to the nose. Do the tricks that I told in the first video. Lift
Smile.
the soft palate, smile. Or open the mouth or yawn. There are different sounds which require different tricks. You can't use all in the same time, but you have to find on your own body what works for you and what doesn't. Usually for men, men are not much with lifting this. Women use more this. Men only let the jaw very, very falling, very soft. You play with this and see how you feel.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Another student, another question?
Thank you, Parth. Yes, thank you, Parth. And next is uh, Gopika. I just got your question. Gopika?
Yes, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am, normally I am able to sing high pitch, like very in a very smooth and very clean way.
Yeah.
Like from when I was small only, I used to sing high pitch in a very clean way. But recently I got so many cracks in my voice. I don't know why. Like it started, it's my voice started to crack when I reached the high notes, which usually was very comfortable for me. But so I did some voice rest, but it did improve a bit. But I don't know what is the reason for that. So
There are two reasons. How old are you?
I'm 15 now.
15. Okay. So the first reason is that also girls have voice changing. Only the process takes longer time and is much softer than in the boys' case. And girls don't have to make a break. And the second thing is that those are not high sounds. Your high sounds are higher. When you the place you feel the problem is the passaggio, is the place between the medium register and the high register. It is natural to happen, but it doesn't have to remain like this because you have to sing. Okay, so using look at the video we did before the presentation and do whatever I put there, all the tricks there, and see what changes, and never force. And when you go to the sounds that you can't take, don't go directly to them first of all. Never. Warm up your voice from lower register. And when you go those places where your voice cracks, it will not crack anymore if you do this warming up correctly. don't go very high in warming up. Use only the part when you feel comfortable, and you go higher and higher by every exercise. Every exercise will make things more and more not must not be difficult for you. And when you go to that place where your voice cracks, it will not crack anymore. But also you have to use those techniques that I told the previous student to part, like lifting the soft palate and smiling. That will help you. Yeah, and maybe color the sound a little more darker. But we have to see for real. I can give you this explanation, but we have to see for real how it works.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
welcome.
The next question is by Ashima.
Yes, ma'am.
You have any
Ma'am,
question? Okay.
ma'am, when I'm singing, I cannot sing in the lower bass, and I will not get the breath.
Can you sing a little bit for me so I can hear your voice?
Ma'am, in which?
Sing something.
Which pitch? Okay, anything.
Anything.
Any song.
Sa.
Okay, so you want to sing lower than this?
No, ma'am. When I'm singing the movie songs, I cannot sing in the lower that sound.
Well,
I will not get the breath.
well, first of all, every voice is different. So maybe you have to pitch another sa than the singers from the song are using. Maybe, but also yes, you can increase you can increase your lower register, but not insisting on it. So as I told your colleague before, the lower register is the one given by God. So try this exercise that I showed to him. Ah, 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 and sing very soft. Ah, 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 ah. Now I'm already going in the man's register. I don't need those sounds. But also make sure that you picked a sa that is comfortable for you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. I think Eliza James also wants to ask a question. She raised the hand.
Okay, Elisa. Okay, I'm just calling by the number of questions I got. That's
Uh-huh.
why. Okay, Elisa, you have a question?
I don't have a question.
You don't have a
Then
question?
raise
Okay.
your hand.
Okay.
Okay. I think we have Aniruddha and Akshaya. They are from Dubai. They just recently joined, but they still have questions and doubts. Very dedicated.
Hi, ma'am. This is Akshaya from Dubai.
Hello.
As we are, hi, ma'am.
Hi.
As we are beginner in music, a small clarification about voice modulation. In some songs, there are both low pitch and high pitch. Is there any easy exercises or tips for voice modulation?
Voice modulation, like what? Can you sing a little bit to see what you are talking about?
Like low pitch and high pitch.
Low pitch and high pitch. Well, I just explained before voice modulation. Like, uh, I need to hear an example from you. So better sing something.
Sing something. Sing Ramajayam.
Ramajayam, Raghuramajayam, Raghavamandam Logamayam. Like this.
What is the problem with this? What do you want to do more with this?
I think Cleopatra. I think sometimes when we sing that Carnatic compositions, there will be some gamakas, that modulations. You must have heard of gamakas. Maybe she's talking about that.
Well, if we are
So
talking about gamakas, that is another question, and this have to you have to talk with your teacher, with Miss Aruna Tampi,
yes, yes,
because
modulation.
she's
I
the
think.
specialist in Carnatic music, and the gamakas she can teach you better than anyone. It is a matter of hearing them, so just listen to her very carefully. This is not a problem of vocal technique. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
help them with that. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think Rukma.
Yes,
Rukma
ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
next.
This is
I want to
Anirudh,
ask,
ma'am.
how can I increase my voice range? Are there any exercises, a warm up to increase my voice range?
With these
Can you
exercises,
please
yes.
mute?
With
Mute.
with the
Okay.
exercises that I showed before, they increase also the vocal range, but the voice has to be healthy. So yeah, with these exercises that I showed in the first video, they increase the vocal range. Not the first ones, of course. It is about those are warming up exercises, but are more complicated exercises, like starting from the fifths. Bri, 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 bri. This is the first expanding voice exercise, and then also being very careful about the passaggio, about how we feel, and opening the back of the mouth. And another exercise after we finish with this. And the last one, the most complicated one, but it doesn't have to be this one. There are others versions. This is a typical exercise for expanding the voice. It doesn't mean your voice will sound like mine. Even we will use this technique while we work together. When you go back to singing Carnatic, you use the Carnatic technique. Like, for example, the only Kriti that I remember is Vinayakaninu. In case the meeting will stop because we lose the minutes, we can start the third session. I have no problem with that. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think there
sure.
are more questions, and yeah. So
Yes, yes, ma'am.
the only song that I know is song Kriti that I know is Vinayakaninu. I forgot everything else because I didn't practice in the
Please
last.
sing, ma'am.
So I was singing it with my opera voice because I want to preserve my voice for opera because I'm an opera singer. So Vinayaka Nino Vinabrochutaku. Also, the violin who was playing with me was forcing me to use D as sa, which was not comfortable for me. D is actually too high. But when you will practice, you can use your Carnatic voice. Even you did the vocal exercises with the European technique. So we use and then Vinaya. It's too high. Vinayaka Nino Vinabrochutaku. I think this is the technique that you will going to use, and it will sound Indian. Only it will be much easier for you to do all the things.
I think the lower pitch. She uses much lower pitch.
This was A.
She uses A. She uses A.
Okay, this was A. Sa, si, sa.
Rukma, you can try that Gajanani Yudham one line. Ma'am will get an idea of the texture of your voice. It is hello.
I think she is not here.
Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the next question then. She was telling me about the network issues. Okay, we'll move on to Rakhi Krishna. Rakhi Krishna is from Bangalore. Rakhi? I can't see Rakhi. Yes, Rakhi Krishna. Yeah. Rakhi, you are not audible.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Now I hear you.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
First of all, thanks a lot for giving such interesting techniques. We are really gained some knowledge about improving our voice. Thanks a lot, ma'am. So, ma'am, I'm facing breathing problem in my singing. So, as you said, like if I'm keeping my mouth in an oval shape and I'm singing, but can you please help me in how much gap should I take when I'm taking, when I have to take that.
Good.
Okay,
Thank you.
now, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So you said 9 to 13 seconds, and why do you need more? For what?
Actually, in Carnatics, there are some portions to sustain, to control our breath, and it purifies our voice also. So that's my practice level as my man. So can you help me with suggesting giving some more breathing techniques?
Well, I explained them at the beginning of my webinar, the breathing techniques, but I don't recommend singing a sound for a long such a long time. I mean, in singing the kriti or the kirtana or whatever you sing, is it really necessary to keep more than 13 seconds a sound? Or a vocalist or something? Is it really applying in the practical, this? Or is just an ambition of teachers to or of singers to show, look, I have a lots of lungs. Normally we don't the first thing is not to panic. The first thing is not to panic and not take too much air. If you take too much air, you will suffocate yourself because your brain needs air. Otherwise you will collapse. Your brain needs air, your heart needs air. So I suggest breathe. Use the exercise I showed you in the first. Yes.
Actually, ma'am, this is Aruna.
Yeah.
This is Aruna. Like in Carnatic music, we have the.
I don't hear you now. I don't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. In Carnatic music, we have the structure of some patterns that we practice at the beginning stage. Okay.
Yeah, but in the concert, are they applicable?
Hello.
Are they applicable in concert?
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Yes, they are. They are.
Okay.
Like, ma'am, when we sing a particular two layers of songs, they are swaras.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So it's like sarigama pamagari, sarigama pamagari, sarigama pamagari, sarigama pamagari. Like that, we sing for the two talavatam, that is 16 beats. So we might use a single breath. So that's what I think, that's what she meant, because in the class also we always discuss this. She's not able to hold the breath more than 7 beats or 8 beats.
Okay, so I suggest that first thing. I hope you will not kill me for this answer. And you will not get angry on me for this answer. I suggest that the first thing before
okay.
before increasing the technique is to cheat, to steal air. Sarigama saraga sarigama open the mouth, take air like you don't take it. Or if you really feel like suffocating, you can cheat in two ways. Open the mouth If you really suffocate. Then another way is using, it's not really breathing, it's decompressing your ribs. So when you breathe, you take air, you open the ribs, and you keep them open. Well, try to sing a bit like this. Maybe you will have enough air anyway. So don't take too much air. Just breathe in that area and keep the ribs open. See what happens. I think you will have enough air if you do that. If you feel like suffocating, then I can show you cheating techniques, or well, in time your capacity will develop. But I believe you're very young now. How old are you? Sorry, couldn't hear.
28,
20.
28, ma'am.
Yeah. So first try this opening the ribs and singing with the ribs open. So when you sing, don't push like this immediately. Don't try to get rid of air. Sing like you sit on air. It was something extreme for me to do that because we just don't do it. If we need air, we take it.
Okay, ma'am. I will try with that technique. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Okay. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here. So no cheating, just opening the ribs.
Shraddha. Okay. Okay, the next person is Shraddha and Shravan.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Hello.
When I'm singing in this verse, when I'm like Datu Varsa, when I'm singing jumbled words, I am not getting the Shruti.
Well, that's not a vocal technique problem. This you have to discuss with the Miss Aruna Tampi. Okay. Not getting the Shruti is not my problem. It is your problem, and you have to listen very carefully to your teacher. This is not something I can help with.
And I think there is an age also for the voice stability, right, ma'am? Do you think so? What's your opinion about it?
About what?
Some students, until a particular age, the students have a little flexible voice, a variable voice. They don't sing at a particular note, like with those stable bass, yeah, unless they are prodigies. So I tell them keep practicing, to get the stable shruti, isn't it?
The stable voice. Well, yes.
Yeah, no, to get a stable shruti and voice, yeah, they need to practice a lot.
Yes, yes. What I recommend for younger voices is to practice and to have patience. To have patience to get the results. Because if you want to get the results like this, it will not happen.
They're very hardworking kids. They will definitely practice.
Good.
Isn't it, Shraddha Shravan? Okay, we'll move on to the next question. It's from Christina is there?
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Christina is there? Rukma, Christina is there?
Yes, I'm there.
Christina?
Yeah, okay.
Hello, Christina. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
My name is Christina. First of all, thank you for giving us a wonderful session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Um, Ma'am, I used to sing in church choirs, not now, before. But what the problem is, I was in soprano and I used to sing songs, it was okay for me and all. But for when I go for solo competitions, I always have a starting trouble to sing the song. When I start the song, I end up with the first line, it is okay. Then I'll go with the correct pitch and all. But I always used to have a starting trouble. But in group, if someone tells me to start the song, I have no problem. But for the solo, I don't know. I just feel like I cannot start the song very well. That's the thing.
Okay, did you take singing lessons?
They used to give me the notations and all for the song, especially the Christian hymn songs and all. That will be the competition song. So I used to learn. But when I hear some other person singing in another pitch and all, I feel very confused.
Well, you don't have to feel confused because every voice is different. So you have to choose the pitch that is comfortable for you. If you are a soprano, is a certain pitch. If you are a mezzo soprano, you use another pitch. So it is about that. And you know, there are lots of types of sopranos. There is coloratura soprano, lyrical soprano, spinto, dramatic soprano. And they are all different and all sing different repertoire. Yeah, you know the Queen of the Night, and you know Tosca, and you know Rosina, and all these things which are different. First of all, you need to warm up your voice. Do you warm up your voice before competition?
Not much.
No, you have to do very seriously. Not sing. If you have to sing for 5 minutes, you have to warm up your voice like you have a whole opera in front of you. It's the same preparation. Yeah, because in those 5 minutes you have to give all. And you have to be brilliant. And what is the problem actually when you're solo?
See, my name would be called like around number 7 or number 8, like that. So I would be the last. So the first person, the second person, I used to hear what they sing and all.
Don't listen. Don't listen. These are performance tricks. Never listen to anyone. If you want to listen for someone, just listen some YouTube. Something that is inspiring you. For me, it's a crazy thing. I'm inspired by some mezzo-soprano French voice. No, she's not French, she's American. An American mezzo-soprano, even I'm a soprano. I hear her position of the voice so well that helps me. So don't listen to other competitors. They might be not good enough, and they might be not better than you. And what do? You get scared by them, or you know what happens when we listen to other singers? Our larynx go in resonance with what we hear. So whatever they do wrong, you do wrong with your throat, even you don't sing. Don't listen. Just isolate yourself. Hide in the bathroom. Do your exercises very well, and choose your pitch. Choose your pitch very well, and try to get singing lessons. I can help you if you don't have a teacher there. But it depends what you want to do. You want to do Carnatic singing, or you want to do this Christian singing, because Christian singing is like opera singing.
Okay. Actually, I like opera singing.
You like opera singing, okay? Then how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. And do you read the notes?
I used to play piano, but
Good.
now it has stopped.
Well, so you know the notes, and you have to be very good at sight reading.
Okay.
Okay, so I would like to listen you sometimes.
Okay.
So if you can ask for Miss Aruna for my contact, and you can send me a recording of yourself. I'm curious how you sing. I know an Indian mezzo soprano who is also Christian, and she lives now in Germany. And she's a very nice lady. Yeah, I'm just curious how you sound.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I will definitely give the contact. She will send you a song. Thank you, Christina. Then next is Shri Uttara. Shri Uttara.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
I'm Shriyutra from India.
Shri Uttara, we can't
When
see
I'm
you.
singing,
I hear.
when I'm singing high pitch, my breath is not controlled. I feel uncomfortable.
So,
Hello.
but you can still sing the high pitch, but only your breath is not under control, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Then you need to learn how to support your singing and use your breathing control on your abdominal muscles from the beginning, from the first sound and from the lower register, and then everything will be connected, because actually we don't sing with the voice, we don't sing with the throat, we sing with the whole body, like I showed you before. So what I showed before with breathing and this after we breathe and we push the sound down, actually not up, a little bit down the muscles. Actually it is we call this support. And I can show you one more thing. Sometimes when I practice with this. So also try to lift a table, but not until you break your back. So when you lift the table, you will make effort here and try to sing in the same time, and that will teach you what support is, and you will be able to control your breathing. Is this okay? Is this
Uttara, you got the answer? Hello? Uttara, Shri Uttara, you got the answer? Hello? Okay, we'll move on to the next person. Nayana? Nayana?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Nayana, you can ask the question.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
I want to ask you a doubt. Can you give some tips to overcome lack of confidence to sing in front of big audience?
Yes, I have been through this a lot, like a lot. Well, this question was put actually before somehow. So first, sing in front of your family, sing in front of your friends. Try meditation. Try meditation and meditation on Anahata chakra. Where are you Hindu?
No.
No?
Yes,
Well,
yes, ma'am.
okay. So you know Shri Durga.
Actually, I don't.
You don't know Shri Durga. Well, before doing anything important, I say the names of Shri Durga because she gives power, confidence.
Okay,
Actually, this I learned in yoga practice.
Yeah, that's actually Nayana is a Christian.
She's a
That's why she
Christian.
doesn't know about Shri Durga.
Oh, sorry. I thought she's
Yeah.
a Hindu.
Nayana married
Okay.
a Georgie.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
use the breathing techniques. If possible, try to do some yoga, some meditation, if possible, and sing as often as you can possible in audience. Big, small, doesn't matter. There is always a difference between small audience and big audience. I was getting very confident with 100 people in the hall, but when I was jumping to 300 or 800, my knees were shaking. So what will happen, and you don't have to get scared of this, you will have a few failed performances.
Okay.
And you don't have to get disappointed by that and to say, oh, okay, I'm quitting, I'll never sing again. No. You cry, of course, I could have done this better. and next day you start again. Okay, so you have to know that you will have a few failed performances, a few performances when you will not be satisfied by yourself. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, especially at this age. Just continue, continue, and you will get better and better. And one day you will not care. You will just, oh, you are here. Okay, let's sing. Let's do. You sing for yourself actually. So it comes with experience, and don't get scared whatever happens. I think there was something more. Also, yes, eat sugar before singing, sugar or chocolate or something.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
The next is Nikita. Nikita Benoy, are you here?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, I've been noticing like when I'm singing for a long time and I'm singing the same thing repeatedly, after some time my voice doesn't feel the same anymore. Like I can't hit the same notes the same way like I did before.
It is
So when I'm
normal.
going,
It is normal. It is natural.
so okay, so when I'm going for singing competitions or such as that, when I get onto the stage after I practice a lot, it's like a flop show after that because my voice can't hit the same notes.
So you go to competition after you have a break.
It's like when I go to the competitions, I sing a lot before going onto the stage when I'm waiting for my turn.
Well,
So after that,
well, of course, let's mute Shri Uttara. I'm trying to mute Shri Uttara, but I can't. Okay, anyway. First of all, you don't have to sing a lot before going into competition. You just need to warm up your voice. So either you use my exercise or not, sing something, but not a lot before going into competition. And the high notes, of course, when you're nervous, the performance will decrease with about 30%. So you have to get used to that. So I think in my career, I was only a few times completely happy about what I did on the stage. But when I was hearing the recording, I was saying, oh, but actually was better what they heard. So you might not feel okay, but they hear a different thing. Warm up your voice very well. Use those exercises, but don't exaggerate with singing before going to competition. And if you have breaks, you have to take it slowly. If you didn't sing for 1 week, then you have to start with singing, I don't know, half an hour, small things, then you sing a little more next day, a little more next day. For a competition, if you go to a competition after you had a break, you will break your neck. It is natural and normal to happen like this. And for the high notes, this is the passage. Actually, those are not high notes. Those are not high notes. This is only the passaggio. The high notes are above that. So your voice is actually a lot bigger. You just didn't use it. I hope this helped.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Someone else? I don't hear you. You Aruna, you are muted.
I'm sorry. Sarish, next is you. She had sent a long question to me. Sarish, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Listening.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
My question is that how can we understand which is low and which is high throat? How can we sing it high notes?
How can you sing high notes?
Can you explain? Sorry. Yeah.
She disappeared. Serish?
Her mother will answer, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Her mother. Okay.
Actually, her question is, she started new to sing, so she can't identify whether sound is coming from the throat or the larynx, like from the nose, and how is her sound? How we will identify in this age? Is the
Oh.
question clear, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Well, it is difficult for everybody to identify at the beginning. So you have to follow the sensation of your body. Where do you feel tired? Where do you feel something at all when you sing? Where do you feel a little resonance or a little pressure? So in the lower register, I already feel something in my throat. So I do something to avoid feeling that. Because I want to have my throat relaxed. But so now I was singing, trying to protect my voice. But if you sing, you already feel that something is happening there. So this is a throat voice. This is a throat sound. And later, this is nose. Only nose. But I told you we use the nose in a way that the people don't notice. So this is using the nose, but using also the other parts of our phonetic system. So you have to be very careful and and see on your body what you feel. If you feel the smallest pressure somewhere or some vibration somewhere, that is where the sound is.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaste.
Welcome.
Next is Alap. I think one more student is there. That's all, ma'am. Alap?
Namaste, miss.
Namaste, miss.
So we had two questions. Actually, one question. It was that me and my brother had difficulty by increasing the voice into a higher pitch. But most of the students asked that question, and Dr. Cleopatra already answered it. So thank you for answering the question. And it's nice to have you.
Oh, well, I'm happy that I'm useful for so many talented students. And also, how old are you and your brother?
I'm 13 and he's 7.
Okay, so as I hear you talking, I think your voice is low and low anyway. Is a grave voice, a grave. It's a low voice, and it is already changing, and you kind of will know how it will sound. And your brother is using the child voice for the moment, so he will know later how the voice will develop. So don't exaggerate, either of you, with high notes. You have the small brother will reach whatever it has to reach naturally because it's the child voice. Whatever it is too difficult, just don't do it. And for you, because you have a low voice, just explore and enjoy those harmonics of your voice, because as I hear from you talking, I think it sounds very beautiful, like it is. And for developing voice, of course, you can develop it and sing higher and higher, but I think you can be happy with what you have, and well, increase a little bit if needed.
Yes, he has a very good low bass voice. The elder brother, David, has got a very, like, he can go up to par, the lower edges, lower octave, very nicely when he's singing. I have noticed, but while going up, he's conscious. That's what I have always felt. That yeah, but I think that will be fine after his voice changes.
Yeah, well, If the voice establishes in the low register, he just can enjoy that. And if needed, if absolutely needed to sing higher notes, just yawn. Oh, and sing louder. Sing louder. Make voice mouth bigger. Sing louder. Open the throat. And of course, use support. Everybody, all the time, use the support. Do exercise.
Yeah, thank you.
Always. And I told that day, ma'am, to ma'am that I did not have the dumbbells, so I was using two hookers in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the kitchen, I was doing the vocal exercises with two hookers because I did not have the dumbbells.
Yeah.
But it really worked. Yeah, ma'am. Okay, I think, yeah. Raisa, you have a question? You have any doubts? I think we are almost done. Sajeev Krishna, you have any questions? If anybody has a question, Sajeev Krishna, I should not miss anyone. That's why. Christina done. Anne Maria,
ma'am.
Gauri
I
Prakash.
have one question.
Yeah, this is Raisa.
Ma'am, when I sing the high notes, I feel more strain here. And I don't know whether
Yeah.
it's my problem or.
It's not a problem. Use that. Use that. It's not a problem. It is good that is happening. Because your voice will get bigger.
But I feel some pain here and strain here and here.
Good. Very well. You can make the sound smaller and use this. You will learn to sing only with this and not pushing too much, not using the throat too much. It is good that is happening. That is the natural resonance.
Thank you.
Okay, Gauri Prakash, you have anything to ask? Anne Maria? Anne Maria? Okay, Sajeev Krishna, you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No, okay, fine. Okay. So I think we are done, isn't it? Rukma, all the students are done, no? Anyone left in the group? Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we wind it up. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cleopatra ma'am, for spending such the valuable hours with us and giving such valuable points to my students who are always confused about their voices and their problems and the things that we used to face when we were growing up. Thank you so much for the advices and nice exercises, easy exercises that you have helped, told us, and the application also. Everything was perfectly, done. And thank you, students, for the cooperation. And thank you, Rukma, Raisa, for helping me coordinate this dream seminar. Thank you, Cleopatra ma'am, once again, and I'm really looking forward to have more associations with you further for Raagalaya.
I'm very happy that we
Some
did
students are,
this. I don't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yeah, so I'm very happy, and I want to thank you for this invitation. Hello. Yes, I want to thank you for this invitation and for the opportunity that you offered both to me and your students. And I'm very happy that so many talented children are interested in developing the voice and to do something about music and to use music in their life. So I also thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, we'll definitely meet again.
I also hope.
Thank you, students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you also. So we end the meeting now. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Take care, ma'am.
Thank you.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you. Yes.
Bye bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.